28-year-old Yadimir Torres owns and manages Torres Electrical and Air Conditioning in Guinea Grass Village. He has been running his own electrical business for the past 7 years. At 18 years old, working construction, Torres took up his mother's advice to learn a trade at the Tubal Trade and Vocational Institute.
Before I entered Tubal, I was going to Sixth Farm, and my mother and stepfather were sending me to Sixth Farm, and they couldn't afford to finish paying the tuition, right? It was kind of difficult for us because it was 9 of us, right?
Left without a choice, Torres dropped out of Sixth Farm and found a job working construction. It was the only field of work he could find with a high school diploma. His mother called him while he was laboring in the heat of the day and suggested that he sign up with the Tubal Trade and Vocational Institute.
It was nearly the time for registration, and we went to Tubal. Me and my mom went to Tubal, and we spoke with Mr. Bailey and Miss Bailey, and they gave me that opportunity like they gave a lot of students and anyone out there, right?
He came here, he was about 18 years old, so we were scared of taking him in. And I said, well, we'll give you a chance, but unless you don't give us any problems.
Lyndon Bailey, the director of Tubal Trade and Vocational Institute, says Torres entered the institution with a mindset on learning a trade. He quickly excelled and completed the 2-year electrical program in just 1 year.
He's one of our excellent students, one of our role models for Tubal Trade and Vocational Institute.
From when I was small, my mom told me that I was very destructive with toys and wanted to break it in parts and find out what's inside, and that was always me. And even growing up, I would want to know, like, breaking down the flashlight and see why it wasn't working. So I said, well, I'll take the electrical trade, right?
It was a decision that would change Torres' life. He interned with an electrical company as part of his program at Tubal. 1 week into his internship, he received a job offer due to his exceptional performance. But Torres informed the company that he wanted to complete his training before accepting the offer. After graduating from the institute as valedictorian, Yadimir accepted the job offer and worked with that company for 2 years.
What they do is they do theory in the morning and practical in the afternoon. And while I was there, I can tell you of experience, there are students that learn it theoretically and some that learn it practically. So that's a big advantage for some of them. They learned it, like you said, hands-on, moving things. Some of them don't grasp it theoretically. But there are students that grasp it theoretically and practically. And the theory part is very important as well, because when it comes to taking out your license and doing paperwork and so forth, that assists you a lot because you need to do load calculations and so forth for you to send in paperwork to the Public Utility Commission.
People say that vocational education is for the slow ones, but it's not for the slow one. Vocational education is right up there with academic, because you have to teach them. You have a part of it is academic, because you have to know the notes and the different.
That's what Mr. Torres told me.
Yeah, you have to know the different connection and everything, and you have to do paperwork.
And paperwork is what Torres spends a lot of his time doing now. 7 years ago, he acquired his electrician's license and started his own electrical company. At first, he had a few jobs that were long distances apart.
That was the most difficult part. Starting was the most difficult part. I started walking.
He later acquired a motorbike to get to his clients. Now, Torres' company owns 2 trucks, the necessary equipment, and provides employment to 3 electricians, one of whom was also trained at Tubal. Life has come full circle for Torres, as he now takes on interns from the institute.
From the beginning, that's what I visioned. I visioned that I wanted workers, but I didn't want to be the boss. I wanted to be the leader, right? I wanted to lead the team, because I already have boss, and it's not nice. Being a boss, it's different from being a leader. You come out here in the field, seeing what they're doing, you know, doing it as well, because you were in that shoes and you don't want to stop being in that shoes, because once you love doing it, then you will do it and you want to do it every day.
If you would go back and have a choice as to whether to do this or not do this, would you still make the same decision to do it?
Oh man, I will do it 10 times more, because you know what? Tubal is a school where, you know, when you're young, you don't have your mind fully develop what you want to do. So when you come here, you have time to think and to see whether if you want to do a trade or you want to go into academic. And many times people come because they love the trade.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.